Hello and welcome to webmastercampus.com. In this tutorial, I will teach you what is Git and what is GitHub. Okay, so we will learn Git in detail. I will show you how you can install Git and how you can configure Git using HTTPS and SSH. We will also learn how we can track changes, how we can add changes, commit changes, how we can push changes to the remote server or a GitHub or Bitbucket, but I will be using github.com, which is mostly used by the professional developers. So in this course, you're going to learn a lot of things, a lot of good things about the Git, and it will be useful for your day-to-day programming, designing, or tracking activities that you're going to do in your project. Okay? Keep watching and I'm going to teach you Git. Okay, let's get started. Okay, first we are going to learn what is Git and GitHub. So what is Git? Git is a free open source distributed version control system designed to track or handle everything from a small to very large projects with speed and efficiency. First of all, Git is free and it's open source. Distributed control system, like it is a central repository, but each developer or programmer or designer have their own repository on their local machine, and they can commit their changes to local machine, and whenever they need it, they can push their changes to server or remote repo. They can also track, handle everything from a single small project to a very large distributed project with speed and efficiency. Git manages the speed and efficiency, so it's not going to take a long time to track the changes. It is very efficient. You can see, or you will be seeing, how easily it is going to update and modify, tracking all the changes. So what is GitHub? GitHub is a platform and cloud-based service for software development and version control using Git, allowing developers to store, collaborate, and manage their code. It is critical to understand, like, whatever the changes you are going to store, it will be available on GitHub. Like, it will be storing all the changes that you are doing. It can also allow to collaborate in a sense, like many more developers work on a single repository who have the rights. Like if I'm the admin, I allow other users to come and collaborate, give their changes, add new features, so they can do this. And we can also manage our code. Code management is easy to handle in Git. You can apply changes, merge changes, submit the changes. You can understand what you are going to submit to remote repo. So management is also efficient and easy in GitHub. Okay, so why use Git and GitHub? Git actually used to track audit changes. It shows exact changes occurred in a file. Like even you change a single character, it is going to save those changes or track those changes. Git easily swap versions, like you have a couple of versions. Every time you are committing changes, you are creating a version. If your new version having some problem, you can easily swap to a different version. Git provides you branching capabilities. Like Git, one of the most important key feature is branching capabilities. You create a separate context where you can try new things. Like you are not going to change into the main project. You are going to create a separate context where all the existing code changes are available. Like you are going to develop a login feature. Okay, so we can create a branch, just apply all the changes in the login branch. And then finally, once it's ready, we can merge those changes. If you are like, you can also undo changes. You did some changes, but we are not interested to apply. Let's suppose style.css. There are a couple of changes, but for this, we are not sending those changes. It's fine. Just undo the changes and we are good. Like, you can remove the changes. Why we use GitHub? GitHub is actually the main purpose. It's a remote repository. Only store codes and related files. Okay, it's just store the code and provide you the facility to host your code in a remote cloud-based hosting service where you can track and you can push the changes in a central repository, and all the developers can just pull the changes. So that's the GitHub. So GitHub. Okay, I gave you the idea about what GitHub is. GitHub, and GitHub is distributed. This was included in the definition. Actually, Git is distributed means it is a shared repository, a single shared repository, which might be github.com, bitbucket.com, and the developers who are working on those repositories, they have the complete Git repository on their own local machines. So in case anything goes wrong with the shared repository, any developer can share those changes or the complete changes to the shared repository. So distributed, multiple developers can work, they can merge their changes, submit their changes, and they can collaborate and work together. So for the theoretical concepts, let's stop now and try to learn how we can install the Git, how we can create an account on github.com and start working on Git. Okay.